I do this, I eyeball this. I don't follow instructions. So I take a dollop. This is how I would make one batch, like about that much. This honey, this peanut butter does have no hydrogenated oils in it, so it sometimes gets gooey, and you have to do that till it stirs. But
so it's good to leave it in the shelf upside
down, and then after it settles down, then turn it again.
Okay, great.
All right, so that's that. It looks pretty gooey, but you're going to add
Oats.
flour. Oats, like about that much.
Okay, yeah, that's more than I thought.
And you're going to add honey. And I don't measure the honey either, but I know how much I want to put in.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
Usually I have a honey squirter, and it's pretty easy to use. All right, you see how easy that is?
Yeah.
That's it.
A little bit of mixing.
Then we're going to roll it in sesame seeds. And your hands can get gooey. You might have to wash them a couple times. So, where's my red cover?
Oh, over here. I didn't know what you were doing. What's the, when do you put your chocolate chips in?
Oh, right now. I forgot about them. I'm just going to finish this batch that I have. How's that?
Yeah, that's a good amount. So those are going to be pretty sweet, these peanut butter balls.
Oh, they are. They're tasty, but
unlike store-bought stuff, these aren't loaded with sugar.
They're not loaded with additives, chemicals. They have honey for energy. They have a protein. The peanuts are a protein. And this is just the way I do it, but anybody could get a plate or something, see?
Okay.
Then you're going to just start rolling, like about this size. See what I'm doing?
Roll it in sunflower seeds, yeah. And then you, your finished ones you put in a container, right?
I use the same container once I'm done.
Oh, the same one here?
Yeah.
Okay, but, all right.
That's it.
Roll them in some, does the sesame seeds help keep them together a little bit from being too gooey?
Yeah, and once they get formed, they don't fall apart. They're not as gooey as this.
Okay.
They're the gooeyest right now.
When they're in this, yeah.
For some reason, once they get formed with the sesame seeds, they stay together pretty well.
And even if they're somewhat gooey, if you put them in the fridge, it firms them up too, right?
Yes, I usually like them room temperature.
When you're eating them, but you could keep them in the fridge and just take out one or two a day.
I only keep them in the fridge when it's summer and it's really hot.
Right, because then everything turns.
Because then they get too gooey, but otherwise I like them room temperature. Because they taste good that way. See how many one little globule makes?
You're right. I forgot. I didn't realize there was that much oats in it. So it basically ends up doubling the amount of size from how much peanut butter you put in.
I don't know. I told you I never keep track of the amounts. I just
no
eyeball
measuring.
Just thanks to my friend Barbara Feldman. When I worked in daycare back in the 70s, she used to make peanut butter balls with the kids. And I love them. We didn't put chocolate chips in them back then.
So just a little bit of honey
But I remember her telling me. See, I'm going to wash my hands now.
You could also put raisins instead of chocolate chips if you wanted, right?
Yeah, I've never made them with raisins. Chocolate chips make them really delicious.
They're fine.
When we made them for the kids, I remember her telling me once, you can add chocolate chips.
And it's such a small amount of chocolate you're putting in there, and it's such a treat for the kids to get them to be eating the peanut butter for the protein.
Yeah, they love it. They're going to want to eat it. The chocolate chips, like I said, we didn't put them in with the kids. They didn't mind. It was still sweet enough.
But tell us how much your own grandsons love these peanut butter balls.
They grew up on it. It was a snack that I could always give them, and they used to ask for it all the time. Remember when Liam used to go around saying, peanut butter balls, peanut butter balls. He had a little song about it.
Yeah.
And the other thing
But all it would take is one of those little balls, and he'd be satisfied.
Yep. One really big one, or maybe two small ones. That's it.
There you go.
And when I'm hungry, and I'm out and I'm hungry, I can eat one of these and hold myself off from eating for an hour or two. It's very filling, and Joe knows I use them for survival food. when I can't get to
You always,
food.
you always carry one or two of them in your pocketbook with you, don't you?
Most of the time. Or if I know I'm going somewhere, I definitely do.
And to
'Cause
do
I
that, you can either just roll them up in foil or put them in one of those little tiny
I put them in a
Tupperwares.
smaller little Tupperware. Because I don't like to get stuck without food. Because when I get stuck without food, I don't feel good. I can't think straight. That's it. So how
Well,
many did
thank
you
you.
get out of that? 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, almost 10 from the one little glob, just like you said. Well, thank you.
Yeah, and let's see how many more globs. At least 2 more. 2 or 3. I'd say 3 more.
Okay.
All right, let's turn this upside down.
All right.
This is peanut butter I like because it doesn't have any sugar added.
And it doesn't have any of the fake fat
And
either.
it doesn't
right?
have the fake hydrogenated fats, which are really bad for you.
That's why it separates, and that's why you have to stir it. You know it's a real food when it does that.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Colleen.
My grandkids will be happy I have this week.
Fresh batch.
Yep.